Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Susan and today I want to share with you how to recreate this particular gown. It's a very simple gown with it has a yoke and a stylish sleeve. If this sounds like what you like to learn, stay on the line while we get started. I'm going to be using this Ankara to actually recreate this dress, so please go ahead and turn on the notification button if you haven't, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much guys for always stopping by. I really do appreciate. And let's get started guys. So I'm actually going to be using pattern paper for the upper part of this tutorial. In this dress you can choose to use any pattern you want to use, but right now I want to use the bustier. That's what I want to use to make the upper part of this dress. So I'm going to come in by a shoulder measurement divided by 2, and I'm going to add ½ inch to it, and I'm going to slope the shoulder by ½ inch. When I am done sloping the shoulder, I'm going to take the neck width that I'm going to use, which is 3.5 inches. I'm going to slope that 3.5 inches. I'm going to slope it down to the shoulder slope. When I am done, I'm going to take the neck depth for this dress, which is going to be 3.5 inches also. This is just the basic, as we are going to also widen the shoulder. So when I'm done, I'm just going to make it this way. So from there, I'm going to go ahead now to take an armhole measurement. You can do the shoulder divided by 2. When I was done, what I have is 7, and I just added it there. So at that armhole point, I'm trying to make sure that what I have at the shoulder, I also have it at that point. So that's what we have at that point, and I'm going to leave it that way. So from there, I'm going to come in by ½ inch at the armhole. Then I'm going to come in by ½ inch, and I'm going to curve it this way to have that round half armhole curve for the front pattern. So I'm going to just so before I go ahead, I would like to also draw this straight line from there. Then I'm going to curve it that way. So that's our armhole right there guys. So right now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a chest line, a bust point, a under bust point, and a waistline. Then I'm going to take the half length of this particular dress. So you know we are going to have half length, so we are going to the length of this dress is actually about 43 inches. So I'm going to use 16 inches for our half length. Then I'm going to add 2 inches extra for seam allowance. So that's it. So when I was done, I just draw these lines. So after that, I'm just going to go ahead and take a nipple to nipple. So a nipple to nipple is 7 inches. So divided by 2, that's 3.5. So that's exactly the lines that we have here. All these lines are 3.5. So right now, because this is a medium size bust, so we are going to be using 1.5 inches. That's what I'm going to use to make that cup to come out. So we are going to be removing this because we are going to replace it also. So what are we doing? I'm just making part at the middle part. I'm taking about ½ inch out. Then at the side close to the armhole, I'm taking 1 inch, ½ inch on this side and 1 inch on the other side. That is 1.5 inch. That's exactly what I'm going to take. So right now I'm just going to go ahead and draw this straight line down there. Then I'll draw the straight line also on the other end. So after I was done at the upper part too, because if you do not, you also have to tighten this upper part. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to also take about 1 inch out from this upper part. You get me? So at the neck region, this is where I'm going to cut the neck. This is where the neck is going to start. So you need to tighten it, if not it's going to open. When we tighten, we are going to also replace it. So this is where she wants her own yoke to start, because she does not want her bust to show at all. So I'm going to make it this way, just like 1 inches above her armhole. That's where I'm going to make her neck to be, so that her bust will not be showing. After that, I went ahead to label this. So guys, this is it. So right now, what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to tighten here. So I'm going to come over to this side. I'm going to take ½ inch, and on the other side I'm going to also take ½ inch, because I want to be able to tighten it very well at the neck. So this is what we call neck tightening guys. So after that, I'll just cuff it that way. I'll cuff it to the other side to have that curve. You get me? To have that bustier coming out. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. So for us not to have a pointy neck, a pointy end at anything, because you see some bust to be pointy, for us not to have that point, we're just going to come in by 1 inch from the bust point and also go up by 1 inch. You can see how I'm cuffing it. I'm not cuffing it directly at the point, it's just from that below 1 inch, then above I'm also doing it like that. Then I turn my curve roller to the other side, and I also go ahead now to make it this way. You can see, so it's 1 inch here and the down part is 1.5 inch. So I'm just going to go ahead and blend so we do not have any sharp edges. So that's exactly what I did here, guys. So I'm just going to go ahead now to blend it very well so we'll not have any sharp edges. That's exactly what I did here. So that's it. This is basically it, guys. So right now what I'm going to do, is a sweet neck, is a sweet neck, so neckline. So I'm going to do the sweetheart neckline just like that. It's very simple, just use it that way and just cuff it. By the time this middle one is actually unfold, so by the time you open it, that sweetheart is going to show very well. That is it, guys. Remember, it's a yoke that we are going to be adding over. We are going to be cutting out this side out. So that's it. So I'll go ahead now to, these are the parts that we are going to be cutting out. These are the parts you're going to be cutting out. So I'm just going ahead now to blend it very well. So at the neck region, we are going to decide how you want the neck to be. If you want the neck to be wider, what. So from that part that from the upper part of the neck, so I'm just going to go ahead now to just cross it over like this. So this is basically that neckline. You get me? I'll just cross it over. I can decide to go deeper or anyhow I want it. So that's it, guys. So after that, I'll stick to that neckline. You can see, so that's it. That's just how it's going to be. So this is our yoke actually. So that's the yoke that we are going to be using. This part is off. So right now I'm going to take our bust measurement divided by 4 and I'm going to add it there. Then whatever we took out from here, I'm also going to add it back. Then I also add 2 inches for seam allowance. Then I'm going to extend the line just that way. So when I'm done, I'm going to also take this is the bust points, that the other side is still the bust, so I'm just going to use the two together. So I'll just bring down whatever we have. So on our under bust, I'm going to take our under bust measurement divided by 4. Whatever we have, I added it there. Then I added whatever we took out. Then I also add 2 inches for seam allowance, and that is what I did. Then I'll go down to our waist measurement. I also take a waist measurement divided by 4. I'm going to add it there, and I'm going to add whatever we took. Then I'm going to also add 2 inches for seam allowance. That's exactly what I did. And when I am done doing that, I'm just going to go ahead now to connect these points together. So that's it, guys. So after that, I'm just going to go ahead now to cut it off, carefully cutting it. You can see, so when you're done, you're going to leave this other side. This part we do not need it again, and also you're just going to go ahead and cut that part out, and then we cut the side part. Then I'm trying to trim there very well, so you can see we cut the armhole, and that is all, guys. So this is the yoke, guys. This is actually our yoke. This is how it's going to be. So when we are joining it, we are going to be joining it this way. So that's it. So the middle part is going to be open. So this is actually the back part of this pattern. So this back pattern, I'm just going to rush it because it's everything we did at the front that we are going to be doing at the back. So I took a shoulder measurement, I slope it, then I also go ahead to slope a shoulder. I'm going to take an armhole measurement, then I'll take a armhole measurement, and I'm also going to connect the armhole so I can have my armhole curve. At the back point, we are not going to be coming in by our armhole. We are just going to be making it exactly how it is, guys. So after drawing that line, we are just going to go ahead and cuff it with our curve ruler. So for me to do that, I just want to take our bust points measurements divided by 4. I also take our waist measurement divided by 4, and that is it, guys. So after the armhole, we are going to take nipple to nipple, the same nipple to nipple we took at the front. We are also going to take it at the back, 3.5 inches. And I'm also going to go ahead now to draw this line across the straight line so we can take our dart. At the back part, you might decide to tear cross it. Some people just take it this way, but I like to actually cut it. So I'll take 1 inch for our dart at the back, and I'm also going to connect it this way, and our dart at the back is going to get to our chest line. So but I'm going to just cut everything. Yes, so that's it. So I'm going to come down by the chest line. I'm going to come down by 1 inch, and from there I'm just going to connect it this way to meet with other points. So that's basically our dart. So what I'm going to do, I'll take the same neck measurement that we took for the front. That's what we took for the back also, 3.5 inches. So after that, we are going to decide how we actually want our neck to be at the back. You get me? So we are going to decide how we want it to be at the back. So exactly what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go ahead now to cut it to make it this way. So I'm trying to look for how I'm going to do it, because I don't think I want it to be that wide. So that's it. So I'm just going to blend it that way. So that is it, guys. So I decided to also come in again. You can see. So this is how. So I'm actually going to be using the second one that I did. So that is it. You can decide anyone. You can decide to take it over to the other side. You can just play around with it. So that is it, guys. So when I was done, I'm going to take a bust measurement at this point. Then I'm going to take all the measurements I took at the front. I'm also going to take it there. Then the ones I have, what I took out, I'm also going to replace it. So that's it. I'll do the same at the armhole part. Yes, guys. So also take the waist measurements, and I'm also going to replace the 1 inches that the 1 inch, sorry, the 1 inch that I took out. I'm going to replace it. So I'm just going to replace it back. So I'll just go ahead now to connect the lines together. So I'll just go ahead now to cut this off. So I'll just cut it. This is the yoke that we have, and so I want the yoke, I want the sides to be the same at the armhole. So I'm just going to use this one and blend it, and to make sure that when I'm cutting, I'll cut it at that point. So for the back part also, I don't want it to be flat, so I'm going to come down also a little bit. Just came down a little bit at the zip side. Okay, this is the back yoke. I decided to measure it, label it. So I just came down a little bit. You can see it's not straight from the armhole. It's kind of slopey, so that it's going to be fitted at that back part. So that's the reason why I remove about 1 inch from that part. So this is the front, and the other one is the back. So I'm just going to go ahead now. This is the front, guys. This is the front. I've gone ahead to cut it this way. I've cut it on the fabric, and I've cut my wording, full wording. And at the yoke, I actually cut 2 because it's net, and I'm going to be using one to turn one. So at the yoke, that's the black net, what I'm going to do, I'll be using one to cut one. It's actually chantilly less. So I've cut the lining also, I've cut everything. So I'm just going to, then at the back part, remember I cut on the pattern paper, I didn't put zipper. So when you're cutting, if you're cutting on your fabric directly, please make sure you put your zipper. So when I was cutting on my fabric, I actually added my zipper allowance. Please take note. So I'm going to go ahead now to sew. So I'm going to take this part, I will sew it with 1/2 inch straight down. When I was done sewing it, guys, this is what we have. So I'm going to go ahead now to notch it. I'm going to go ahead and notch the bust point, the under bust point and the down part, because I'm going to iron it out. When I was done ironing it out, this is what we have, guys. Forget my light is not that good at that point. So this is exactly what we have. You can see the cup is cupping. So this is also the lining, actually. So we are going to be using the lining to turn. Just make sure they are aligning. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this aside while I work on the yoke of this dress. So I just went ahead now to show you guys that I'm going to go over to the machine and I'm going to sew that part. We're going to sew the part that is leading to the neck. We are going to turn the neck, actually. We're going to turn the neck so we can use it to, we're going to turn the neck of the yoke so we can use it together with the lining to turn everything together. So this is it. I've gone ahead to stitch. I've stitched straight. You can see this is the front yoke, and after I stitch it, this is how it came. So that's how it's going to be. So that is it. That is what I had when I was done. I'll stitch both the front and I'll stitch the back. So what I'm going to be having is going to be 4 pieces. So when I'm done, I'm going to join the shoulders. Remember, the shoulders are the yoke. So this is it. I'm going to join it with half an inch, guys. So remember when I was cutting on the yoke, when I was cutting the yoke, I actually added half inch for seam allowance. I added the half inch, what I will use to join the shoulders together, added it, guys. So that is it. So right now I am done with the yoke, both the front and the back. The front is actually shorter than the back. So I'm going to go ahead now to use it to turn on the main body. So what I'm going to do right now, from that nipple, from where we cut, that's from the side, I'm just going to go ahead over to the machine. I'm going to stitch. I stitch it first on the fabric, the actual fabric, just that way, from where we have our dart, where we took our dart. Then I'm going to use my lining. I'm going to place it on top. I'm going to be putting the net, the chantilly lace, I'm going to be putting it inside while I put, as you put your dress, the right side of the dress, you put your the chantilly lace, and then you put your lining. When I was done, you can see how it is. The sweetheart is coming out, so you're going to be notching closely at that sweetheart point. You can see, and I turn it over this way. This is what we have, guys. So this is what we have. So the same process, I'm going to repeat it for the back pattern. This is it. I'm going to also stitch it. For it not to confuse you at this back pattern, just start the stitch from the armhole, because you know you cut it off from the armhole. I am going to go ahead now to stitch it also. This is it. When I was done stitching, I'm going to also use the lining of the back pattern, and I'm going to turn it over. I'm going to turn it over like this. I'm going to place the lining on top, and I'm going to stitch also. As you're stitching it, guys, we are turning the neck of this dress. So that is it. I'm going to, you can see, I'm going to go ahead now to stitch it with half inch that I added. And when I was done, I'm going to go ahead now to show you guys how it is. This is how it is. So we're going to also turn the sides. We're going to turn the side with 1/4 inch. So when I was done turning the side, I'm going to bring out everything from the armhole. So when I was done turning everything, guys, this is what we have. Go ahead and iron it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the zip, I'm going to sew the zip allowance so I can actually shape the dress. So I have shaped the dress by the allowance that I added. So this is it. So what I used to say, at the back part of this dress, you know our waist from the back is not the same at the front. So I'm going to minus 1 inch from the back waist measurement. You get me? I'm going to minus 1 inch. This 1 inch, I'm going to minus it, and I'll reach towards the that part in the front. You can see how I'm doing it. So this is going to eliminate any bulging at the back pattern. So that's it. So this is me just confirming the measurement of this dress and the length. This is just what I'm doing right here. So if I have any excess, I'm going to cut it out. So before we put the sleeve for this dress, I actually want to put the skirt first. I want to put the skirt first. So I've already gone ahead to measure this skirt. That's the full measurement of the dress is actually 43. So I took 16 inches for the half length, so I'm going to complete it. I'm going to run a gathers, so I'm just going to go ahead to the machine and sew straight. When I was done sewing straight, I'm going to also gather it. So we are going to sew it gathered. So when I was done, I'm just going to go ahead now to notch the nipple of the blouse. We're going to notch the nipple this way, and we're also going to notch the middle. Sorry, I beg your pardon, we're not nipple. We're going to we're going to notch the middle part. So this is it. We notch the middle part and also the middle part of the gathers, and we are going to stitch middle to middle. I'll sew from one end from one end to the other, then I'll turn over and I'll sew the other end, just that way. So when I was done, this is how it is. I'm going to show you guys how it looks like. So this is it. It's a very simple dress. This is it. So right now I'm going to add a lining. Just get a straight lining, and I'm going to use it over like this. So from the upper part, just turn it to the upper part and stitch it all through. As you're stitching it, you're going to be taking some pleats. When I was done, this is how it is. I'm going to go ahead now to turn this side. So I'm going to this zip side, the zipper side. I'm going to go ahead and turn it. When I was done turning it, guys, I'm going to keep it aside while we work on the sleeve. So it's just a basic sleeve, apart from the gathers that they put at the down part. So this is all the fabric that is remaining from the chantilly lace. So this is what I'm going to use for both sides. So I've gone ahead already to cut our basic sleeve actually. So right now I'm just going to cut this straight, and this is what I'm going to be using to gather the down part of the sleeve, just like that, guys. So we are going to gather it. This is all we have left. If I have more, I would have added more. So if you have more, you can add it to your own. So that's exactly what I have. So this is it. After I have gathered it, I am going to gather it to the length, to the level of what we are actually having. You get me? Please guys, if you've watched this video to this point, please give this video a thumbs up. Please subscribe and share the video to your friends. Thank you so much. And this is it. I want to go ahead now to stitch it this way. I'll stitch it. It's now one piece, so I'm going to go ahead and stitch it from this end to the other one, then I'll stitch the other side. So when I was done stitching it, guys, this is what we have. I'm going to go ahead and close the sleeve by a round sleeve, and this is what we have. This is the part that I stitched at first. So just flip it over like this. You can see the inside is neat, and this is her wearing it. It looks beautiful on her. So you can actually try this style sometimes. It's just a simple style. You can actually try it. So guys, this is where I like to end this tutorial. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Please go ahead and subscribe if you've not. Turn on the notification button so you'll be notified whenever I post a new one. Thank you so much, and see you in my next one. Bye.